Hello everyone, this is Caitlin, and I wanted to show you how to use Sage Modeler to create a computer model that can help us think about our research question, which is what affects the decomposition rate of mulch at Crystal Cove State Park. Sage Modeler is a really cool free online tool that you can use to create computer models of different systems. In the next slide, you will find a link to the model that we've set up here for Project Crystal Cove. So using Sage Modeler is super easy. In the center or kind of at the top, you can see our modeling question, which is what affects the decomposition rate of mulch in Crystal Cove State Park? And that's the question we're going to try to answer with our model here. And the first thing you want to do to answer our modeling question is, of course, to add mulch to our model. You'll see that there's pictures at the upper left-hand corner of your screen. If you click on the arrow, it will expand to show more pictures that we've added to the model template. So I'll choose to represent the decomposition rate of woody mulch, and I'll do the same for straw-like mulch too. If you don't like any of these pictures, you can search for a new one by clicking on New Image, and then you can use the search bar here to search for what you might be looking for. So once I have chosen a picture, I can drag it to the center of my model here. So I'm going to use this log to represent my woody mulch. And now it is in my model. And I can do the same for straw-like mulch as well. So once I've chosen a picture, I can label them. I'm going to label them as the decomposition rate of mulch, since that's what we're really trying to look at. So decomposition rate of wood mulch. Maybe the name's a little shorter because sometimes you do run out of room. Next, you can start adding any other components and processes to your model that you think will affect these things, the decomposition rate of the mulch. So just for demonstrating purposes, I'm going to add a couple of things. This one is precipitation. I think that's going to play a role in my model. You could also just call it rain if you'd like. And then I know soil moisture was definitely high up on my list, so I'm going to add that in too, and I'm going to use this raindrop kind of down below as soil moisture. Once you have a few components added to the model, or even all of your components, you can start connecting them. So I'm going to hover my mouse over a component, and you get this little arrow. So I can grab that arrow and drag it to soil moisture, because I think rain is going to affect my soil moisture. Then I can click on my soil moisture here, and then this little arrow icon on the side, and I can define the relationship. So it asks me, an increase in rain causes soil moisture to increase, decrease, or vary. So how do you think they're related? And I think an increase in rain is going to cause my soil moisture to increase, so I'll select that. And then you can select by how much. About the same, so they move up kind of evenly together. A lot, so you get really wet soil when you have rain. Maybe a little bit, or more and more, the more rain you get, or less and less. For this, I'm going to do about the same. You know, the more rain we have, the more water's in the ground pretty directly, so we have a really straight line. And you can write your reasoning here for why you think that will happen. So now I have this relationship here, and you can keep doing that for all of the connections that you think are happening in your model. So for instance, I think soil moisture will also affect the decomposition rate of my woody mulch. So soil moisture affects decomposition rate. And again, I can set the relationship here. And you can do the same for straw-like mulch. And you want to think about, are your relationships there going to be the same? Or are they maybe going to be a little bit different? That's up to you. And once you've added everything, just make sure you save your model up here so that you can share it and save it online.